Hi there, welcome back or welcome to Plenty of Games in the Sea, where today we're going to perform a unboxing, in a manner of speaking, for the Asterian Strike Force for the game Firefight from Mantic. I say in a manner of speaking as I've actually already removed the entire content of the box and built the pieces so that we can jump straight into it. It's not always that interesting opening the boxes and looking at sprues when what you really want to see is the pieces ready for play. Now, I would like to give special thanks to my son, who is the owner of this wonderful box and allowed us to use this for the unboxing, and apologise for any strange swooshing and whooshing noises you might hear in the background, as I'm currently recording this in a rather large storm. Now, if you're not familiar with the Asterians as part of the Firefight universe, they are the sort of, I want to say, space elves, but they have a rather unique way of fighting in that they deploy a series of marionettes, puppets, or drones rather than taking to the battlefield themselves. These are controlled orbitally by the Asterians so that they can avoid casualties and potentially keep experience that could be lost in the heat of battle. The exception to this is the Overseer, a rather eccentric character to Asterians, an individual who would like to actually engage in personal combat, have that risk, and potentially, dying in the process, but each to their own. So, if you're going to purchase this box, what are you going to get, and what is it going to cost you? At the time of recording, this box set is available directly from Mantic for approximately £75, which is an absolute steal, and you can pick it up at third-party retailers for about £60 as well, which again, given the contents of the box, an absolute steal. So what are we getting? We're getting approximately, well, I say approximately, it's not approximately at all, it's exactly 30 marionettes, and these are the sort of main infantry puppets, drones, if you will, of the Asterian fighting force. And they have this sort of cyclopean look to them with a single eye. They're sporting assault weapons and sort of assault claws. They do have some options for specialists in the form of a flamethrower, a sniper rifle, and a grenade launcher, and there's various ways to configure them. I myself have put these together in 3 blobs of 10, with a specialist each, and obviously being led by a commander. To support this, you'll get 6 drones, 3 of which are displayed on the box. They come in various flavors: gun drones, shielding drones, and clone drones. And of course, the centerpiece of the box set, which is the Chroma Force platform. You can build this as a Kira transport, and we were torn between which to build, but given the very large gun, it sort of stole the show. You'll be getting 7 ciphers, 6 of which are displayed on the box. These are the slightly older models, and they come in the PVC material. You'll get 4 with rifles and 3 with this sort of Iron Man blast thing, which makes me giggle no end. It's absolutely fantastic. The Overseer's got one as well. Now, the Overseer comes in resin, and it's a wonderful little piece. It's really light and really looks elf-like. And what's odd is the only elf on the battlefield looks slightly chunkier than the rest of the force. But for me, this really sells that these are not infantry. These are not people in suits. These are drones, puppets, and things of that nature. So let's waste no more time. Let's get this box out of the way and deep dive into what we're getting, what it looks like, and if this is something. And here we are back with the finished article. And I think you'll all agree the first thing that comes to mind is, wow, that's a lot of plastic. And it really is. I mean, there's a great swathe of infantry here. The drones are great, big and chunky, while still looking wonderfully light and floaty. The Chroma platform, again, it's got that bulky aesthetic while still looking sleek, swift, and glidey. Is glidey a word? If it isn't, it really, really should be. So let's have a look at these. Shall we start with perhaps one of the marionettes? Now, this particular marionette is a command model, and I'll just move the light down a little bit more so you can see that. Now, if you look at the detail there, it's just so crisp, and painting this is going to be so easy. I mean, I'm imagining a zenithal highlight, a quick speed paint, a glowing effect for the eye, slightly different colour for the gun, bish, bash, bosh, done. And when you've got this many infantry, it can sometimes be a bit overwhelming. I mean, how many of us have bought a set like this and then played with it grey forever just because there's so much going on? This isn't like that. It's not too busy that it won't be so difficult to paint. Couple of simple colours and it's going to look like a fantastic swarm. As I said, with the marionettes, they do have a few specialists. Here, for example, is the sniper, little jetpack sort of thing there, power pack, I imagine, there for that laser sniper rifle. There is the flamethrower option, which is a particular favourite of mine. It's got an interesting name. I'm going to try and pronounce it. It's a phlogister. Do you know what? It's a flamethrower. Here's one of the drones. This is my favourite one. This is the gun drone. Absolutely love this one. Really do need to learn a little bit more about the Asterians. But as I say, this is my son's set, and I'm going to spend most of my time trying to shoot it. I believe this one is one of the shield drones. And again, the optics, the options for light effect on that is just going to be fantastic. These are the PVC models. These are the Ciphers, a slightly older model, but I think they hold up well to the test of time. You've got the resin Overseer here. Now, this is very crisp. Really, really crisp. Now, sadly, mine had a minor defect. One email to Mantic, and they're going to sort that out for me. But I think it still looks absolutely fine as it is, but it was very, very kind of them to offer to sort that out for me. I think this will be a good model for me to do a test paint run on, just so that I can see if the colour scheme works. Obviously, I'm getting a replacement for that. Now, what I will do is I'll move these slightly to one side so that we can have a look at the Chroma platform together. And here we are back with the Chroma Force platform, and I think you'll agree this is a monster. It's fantastic. It's huge. It's supposed to be a flying vehicle, and one of the things I really appreciate of that is a clear, transparent base. A lot of other companies will try and be a little bit clever. They'll put things like this on rubble, or maybe they'll have something lifting up. For me, that just gives you more things to paint that potentially you don't really want to. This is a flying vehicle. It should look like it's flying, and it really does. And to help it do that, look at these great big turbine engines. I'm thinking the glowing effects I can do on that is going to be fantastic. And if we pick up another one, I may even go as far as putting LEDs into these little holes because I think actual light would really set this off. As I say, this is a drone vehicle, so this isn't a cockpit, it's a sort of receiver so that the pilot in orbit can drive this around. And I think it really captures it. It doesn't look like there should be anyone inside this vehicle. A little touch, which I absolutely love and a lot of other companies could learn about, is this gun can be swapped out for the other option. There's so many sets, so many systems where you would have to buy another vehicle. Mantic obviously gives you the option to just completely remove that and swap that out. Another thing I love about this is you can actually move the gun. Now, that might be a minor thing to some people, but to me, keeping the whole sort of feel of the battle looking right, vehicles and infantry pointing the right way, it really sets it off. It's a beautiful piece and a fantastic centerpiece for the set. So that's the Austrian Strike Force in its entirety. Is it for you? I think you should really give that a good think because it's a fantastic set and I understand exactly why it's attracted the eye of my son. What we might do next, and we've discussed, is actually purchasing another one of these box sets so that we would have potentially 60 infantry, 14 specialists, 12 drones, a transport, and a tank system, all for between 150 and 120 pounds. I mean, if you can find me a system that's going to offer me that value, please do let me know, and I'll absolutely buy into it. This is fantastic. As I say, I have had one minor defect in the whole set, but Mantic is sorting that out swiftly. And I mean, honestly, who hasn't had a problem with resin over the years? It's just one of those things. It's a little bugbear, but a fantastic set overall. Well worth your money and your time if you're thinking of getting into Firefight. So what's next for the channel? Well, I think obviously it's going to be a painting tutorial. And I think I'll start with the Forge Fathers and give you some ideas and maybe some tips that I'm going to be using to really make those pop off the battlefield. I think we'll do the same with the Asterians, and then we'll probably go for a full force bat wrap. If you've got one of these sets, please share your opinions of them, maybe what you've purchased, and, really share the love and the guidance on this. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you next time on Plenty of Games in the Sea.